Hello, learners. Welcome again to this beautiful session of ours. I'm your instructor, CPA Ringo Frederick, and again, we're having a very beautiful session of ours because we are continuing with what we started, and that is not-for-profit making organizations. Remember in our previous class, I'd given you the foundation of non-profit making organization. In today's session, it is just a continuation of that, though we mentioned that there are specific accounts which you must be very good at. And these are the accounts that I'll want us to basically consider. So allow me to erase at this point so that we can start with these accounts of ours. Allow me to erase here. Now, at this point, what we've basically so far, what we now have an idea that these organizations basically, you'll find that they are basically set to benefit the members, but not really involving themselves in trading activities. But there are some certain scenarios where we mention also that you'll find that this club might engage itself in various activities of trading in a very small scale to simply finance some of the operations. And therefore, in such an event, I'll be talking of what we now referring to as what? As bar trading account. So therefore, this should give us our bar trading account. Bar trading account. So what I want us to understand, my good students, in this case, when you're talking of bar trading account, it will simply entail these activities relating to purchase and sales of basically our bar items. So therefore, in this case, you'll find that what you can consider here, a bar trading account, or rather term it as a income statement. Ideal, let us have a title, very important actually, because bar trading account for who or for which organization. Assuming I'm talking of Mdarasa Sports Club, so you're having here Mdarasa Sports Club, Mdarasa Sports Club, MSC, Mdarasa Sports Club, bar income statement, bar income statement. It is very important that we have what? We have a title. So these are what our bar income statement will entail. It's simply the trading activities within our bar, which will include, maybe I'm having the bar sales at this point. Talk about our bar sales. I'm going to record our bar sales at that point. Cost of sales, which you must consider. Cost of sales. Cost of sales, of course, will include the normal aspect, like talk of what? Opening inventory of bar items, of course. We'll be talking of purchases, the normal way, my good students. Of course, you normally consider our closing inventory. Closing inventory here. So that as at the end of the day, this should give us our cost of sales. At this point, I'm going to achieve our gross profit here, the normal way that we normally tend to have. After we have our gross profit, the next item to consider will be what? Consider expenses relating to bar. Expenses relating to bar. Expenses relating to bar. The specific expenses that do relate to what? That do relate to bar. Such expenses will include items to do with, talk about maybe bar wages and salaries, maybe purchases of glass, for example, or just bar expenses. We can talk of maybe depreciation relating to items specifically for bar depreciation. And this must be in relation to items relating to bar items specifically, so that as at the end of the day, if we deduct all these expenses, then this should give us what we are going to refer to as the bar profit. Bar profit. This is what you're going to achieve. This is what you're going to achieve as what? As our bar profit. So you can clearly see that the bar income statement is like just any other form of business that we normally tend to consider. And that is the reason why you can clearly see here we're having it with the same format just like any other business, right? So keyword that I want you guys to always have in mind is that we're looking at any item relating to what? Bar. Now, after this case, I'll want us to talk about subscriptions account. I'll want us to talk about the subscriptions account. You'll also find that this is also one of the main accounts that at any given point in time, we normally tend to maintain. At any given point in time, we normally tend to maintain what? This account that we are referring to it as subscription account. So, subscription account, literally, you'll find that is going to give us basically, because I'm having these individuals, members who will always tend to subscribe in our activities, and that's why you're talking of it in that's why basically you're talking of it in terms of what? In terms of members, right? There is members who will always subscribe to our basically our club. And in such an event, you'll find that there are those who might decide to pay, you know what, I'm going to pay basically in advance. I'm going to pay basically, there are those who will be having in arrears. So all these are the items that we are going to consider. So simply, subscriptions are paid by members as charges for using what? The facilities of a club or society for a particular period of time. Usually it is on an yearly basis. This is what we are referring to as the subscriptions, maybe for those who want more understanding of the same. So these are what we are saying. Just a moment here. That anytime we are talking of subscriptions are simply paid by members as charges. These are paid by members. Subscriptions are charges paid by members as charges, for using the facilities of a club, for using the facilities of a club or society, for a particular period of time. For a particular period of time. So when I go to maybe Muthaiga Sports Club, or maybe when I go to say like maybe talk of I can go to Parklands, right, Sporting Members Club. So in this case, you'll find that there are those subscriptions, there are those charges that I'll be paying for me to enjoy all these facilities within our club. These charges that we normally tend to pay, which now we are referring to them as what? As subscriptions, right? So at any given point, you'll find that it will also be very important that at any given point in time, we prepare what we are referring to as the subscriptions account. So you'll find that in subscriptions account, I'll be having two items, that is the subscriptions in arrears. I'll be having what you normally refer to as basically subscription in arrears. subscription in arrears, where in this case you'll find that subscription in arrears, it means that basically services are provided, but against which subscription is not received. I've enjoyed all the facilities within the farm, but as at the end of the day, I've not yet paid for this. So this is where we'll be having what we're referring to as what? As subscription in arrears. Whereas the other case, you'll find that subscription in advance will also occur, in a sense that I have paid for this, I've paid these charges for these facilities, but I've not yet utilized these facilities. These are where we'll be having what you're now referring to as what? As subscription in advance. So the whole idea of subscription account will literally try to give us what the members contributed during a particular period. We net it off and we decide to know if at all we had an income or we had a loss in a way. So that is very important for us to always have in mind. So this is what I'll want us to basically prepare in terms of our subscription account, so that we can have it in mind. So let us have subscription account here. So this is how my subscriptions account will look like. Always start with the title, subscription account. Maybe you're talking of M. Darasa Sports Club. Subscription account for the year ended, a particular period, right? So these are what you need to have in mind. So we've said I'll be having two items, subscription in arrears. So this is a balance brought down. We can also have here balance brought down. And these are what you need to understand. The balance brought down on the debit side here is what you're referring to as basically subscription. These are a subscription in arrears. Subscription in arrears. And this one we have in basically subscription in advance. Okay, subscription in arrears, and you also have what? Subscription in advance. So this is what we are having. This is what we are having here. Then after that case, you consider any other item that will occur during this period, such as maybe we talk of cash received from members during that period. Cash received from members. Literally what has happened here, our bank account has been debited and we are crediting our subscription account. At times during that period, maybe you can have some refunds. During the period. So therefore, in this case, you can also consider what? Refunds. You can talk about refunds. Right? You can talk about refunds. You can also talk about what you're referring to as the refunds. So, in addition to that, we can also have now our balance carried down. Consider our balance carried down. This time round balance carried down here, what you're recording is what? Subscription in arrears here. Subscription in arrears, which in this case, I'm going to have it here. Then, on this other end, we are going to have a balance carried down, which literally what we'll be having at this point is now what you're referring to as subscription in advance, because they are liabilities, right? So subscription in advance. So that as at the end of the day, my good students, whatever that I'll be having as our balancing figure here, which can either be a profit or a loss. So whichever balance that I'll be having, I'm going to take it to our income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. This will simply be our balancing figure. That will be our balancing figure. That will be our balancing figure. That's what we're going to take in our income and expenditure account. So subscription account, in a very simple term or word, is simply an account that will show the movement of contributions of the members. An account that will clearly show the movement of contribution of the members, where in this case you'll find that also the balancing figure can be on the credit side. If it's on the credit side, it means that we had a loss on the same, which has to be taken care of. So this is what we should always tend to have when you are talking of subscription account. So the next account that has remained is an income and expenditure account, which I want us to focus on in the next session, as well as the statement of affairs account. To this point, guys, let us take a break. We meet in the next session where we are going to handle or look at these other accounts. Thank you so much, guys. See you there.